Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's been several months since I've worked on the Rising Fighter. I don't know, I just got so many other projects going on, I got sidetracked. When I started this video, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the Gearbox. And I looked through it and I'm like, wait a minute, I already built the Gearbox. The motor's already installed. So I'm all the way on step 15. This is a tricky step, okay? You need 4 of your tapping screws, 2 of these axle springs, and this BB16 rod shaft. Got that laid out right here. In this baggie are my axle springs. Here's 1. Here's 2. This was the absolute hardest step I did when I did my Grasshopper 2 build, okay? We're gonna hope things go smoother now that I've got some experience with it. But essentially, you have those parts there, and then you have a D7 and a D6. Your springs go on, there's like a little knob that the spring goes on. You slide it over, you grease it up, you put your rod in, greased up, and then you put it all together. It sounds easy, but it is very tricky. At least the first time I did it, it was. Let's jump into that. All right, so I need to get out these D6 and D7 right here. If you don't have modeling snips, I highly recommend them. I use these steady ones. I could put a link in the video, but they just make your Tamiya build so much easier, guys. You don't want any sharp parts like sticking out, and you get such a nice clean cut with these, and they're pretty cheap. I think they're like, I don't know, $8 to $10 maybe. They're not bad, so I highly recommend them. Now I have all the parts I need. They're ready to go. And you're gonna stall it with the chassis upside down, okay? And how do I... So the motor, or the gearbox, I guess, is kind of the same thing. So this goes, and to tell if you're putting it on the right way, these like swoops, I don't really know what to call them, but that's what I'm going with. They go pointing up, okay? So swoops are up like that, and then you go ahead and attach everything. That's just real quick, basic, not the actual steps, but just a heads up, right? So on here, like I said, you have these little axle springs. If you look at the picture, the axle spring has like a little bar or a flat side, right? And the flat side goes away from the swoop, and the side that has this little rounded portion goes towards the swoop, like so, okay? Now you're basically, you go underneath and it goes like that, if that makes sense. I have this Sarah grease that I'm using. It's easier to apply than the grease that comes with the kit and works just fine. So if you look at the shaded steps, you want to grease in here. So put a little bit in there. Same thing on the other side. Boom. Let's throw this guy on here. So that one's all taken care of. So those are ready to go. And then I gotta grease this rod. Just a little bit, and then work it in with your fingers. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. And then the rod is inserted right here. And you don't have a lot sticking out. That's how you know you got the right one. Now that that's taken care of, I find it best to I don't even remember the best approach, to be honest. It's tricky. But basically, you go, I think I went one side at a time where I lined up the rod into that slot. See, it's already, doesn't want to work with me already. I mean, you could put that on, put the rod in. So that's one side. Problem is, you gotta get both. Crap, it popped out. See, it gets tricky because the rod will pop out, the springs will pop out. It's not an easy step. And when I did it on the Grasshopper 2, I broke mine. So I broke mine when I did it on the Grasshopper 2, and I took an extra screw and made that work, but how long is it gonna last for? I do not know. It currently still works just fine. But again, for how long, I don't know. It could be, it could break, you know, a week, a month from now. Could be several years. There we go. I think I actually got it lined up, it looks like. So I'm gonna flip it over. That way I could screw this in and it doesn't go anywhere. I'm scared to move it, but where are the screws? The top ones? There they went. Hey, where'd the other one go? How am I missing a screw all of a sudden? That's the wrong one. Oh! I can't believe this went together as easy as it did for me. Honestly, it took me hours and hours and multiple attempts on my Grasshopper 2. Yeah, it took me hours and hours to do this on my Grasshopper 2. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, if I learned how to do it the right way somehow after a million attempts, or if I just got lucky. But like I said, when I did this with the Grasshopper 2, it took me forever. So take your time, line it up. You know, just now I made sure I pushed those little springs on as far as I could. So I think that helped. See, It was too good to be true. As I was tightening it, or as I flipped it over, this one got messed up. Came out this side somehow. Not sure how that happened. Okay, so we got that locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. Okay. These little things, they are so finicky. These little screws. I mean, these little springs, they are so finicky. You get them where you think you want them. Get it lined up. And then you breathe wrong and it's out of place. I mean, not really, but kind of. So I feel kind of have to decompress that side, get the rod in place in that groove, right? Make sure you have that going right. Which currently it's in place, but currently it's not in place. Close. Hold on, what happened here? Okay, there we go. Now it's in place. There we go. Okay. Oh, all right, guys. After a couple of stressful minutes, not bad at all, I officially have completed step 15 and attached the gearbox. Honestly, it's not bad. If I could do it, you guys could do it too. If you're lining it up and having issues, try to do what I did, right? Have one side first, get that one side lined up, and then go back for the second. I think that makes it a little bit easier, based off of my experience. Oh, she's looking like a buggy, guys. We're gonna have her built soon. So now, steps 16 and 17 are building the shocks and attaching those rear shocks to that gearbox. And then you have any steering adjustment, which I feel like I'm pretty sure I did when I did the front shocks, if I remember correctly. Your wheels and tires, which I already built, just have to attach them. That's easy enough. And the body. This is, I'm so close to having this built. You know, I have to go to work, which sucks, because I think I've got, I don't know, 20 minutes left of, hey, let me build the shocks, and let me attach the tires, and it's built outside of the body. But I hope you guys have found this helpful and you're enjoying the series. Again, if you do not have a pair of model snips, Steady makes a great affordable model snip. I will put that link in the video description. I'm so excited to have this almost built. For some reason I thought I had more to do, but this is an easy build. Rising Fighter, we out here. I'm ready for this, guys. I can't wait.